Did you know that some states in America are on the verge of collapse? Stay tuned to find out which ones. In this video, we will explore the 6 states in America that are facing serious challenges and might be on the brink of collapse. Get ready to be shocked. These states are struggling with issues like economic instability, political turmoil, and social unrest, painting a grim picture for their future. High unemployment rates, declining industries, budget deficits, and political infighting are just a few of the critical problems that these states are dealing with. Let's delve into each state individually. First up, we have number 1, California. Unfortunately, California has a reputation for being a hub for natural disasters, while being known for its beautiful scenery and sunny sky. Floods and earthquakes are common unwanted guests. The Whittier Narrows and Isabella Lake dams, 2 of the state's most important infrastructure pieces, are currently in less than ideal condition. In the event that these dams failed, more than 1.2 million people may face devastation, and costs could exceed $6 billion. For example, the Whittier Narrows Dam is perched on very precarious ground. Due to its foundation problems, a strong downpour might turn it from a helpful water barrier into a chaotic force that would cause flooding downstream. However, there are other forces at work in the Golden State than Mother Nature. It appears like California's finance industry is trying out for a disaster film of its own. Consider the recent failure of Silicon Valley Bank. It is a sign of a more serious problem, the vulnerability of mid-sized institutions. Although the Economic Growth, Regulatory Relief, and Consumer Protection Act was intended to act as a safety net, it ended up acting more like a trampoline and made it more difficult to monitor these organizations. The public's faith in the financial system has been rocked like a 7.0 earthquake by the string of bank collapses brought on by this regulatory juggling act, which includes Signature Bank and First Republic Bank. It is up for debate at California's Grand Theater as to whether factor contributes more to restless nights, nature, or money. Living in California definitely keeps you on your toes, sometimes literally, whether it is the vibrations in your bank account or the rumbling ground beneath your feet. Number 2, Puerto Rico. There are more turns in Puerto Rico's economic tale than in a drama. Imagine a debt of $70 billion, equivalent to the weight of a sumo wrestler and accounting for a substantial 68% of the country's GDP. And just when you thought the story would get better, boom, it turns out that even after cutting off 80% of that debt, the plot is still having trouble getting off the ground. Now let's talk about Mother Nature's not-so-subtle interference. Hurricanes Maria and Fiona didn't just knock on Puerto Rico's door, they barged in like unruly guests at a party and trashed the place. The power grid resembled a spaghetti junction after their visit, taking months to untangle and restore. But wait, there's more. Earthquakes, floods. Puerto Rico's a magnet for natural disasters, and recovery, about as slow as molasses uphill in January. And let's not forget the population predicament. People are fleeing like it's the apocalypse, and can you blame them? With more retirees than a Florida retirement community, the island's feeling the squeeze on social services like a pair of too tight skinny jeans. Medicaid funding's playing hard to get, leaving almost 1 million residents potentially without health care faster than you can say, "Ay, caramba." As if that weren't enough drama, cue the government shenanigans. Corruption and mismanagement are the recurring villains in Puerto Rico's storyline, leading to more plot twists than a mystery novel. And don't even get me started on PREPA, the electric company that couldn't keep the lights on during a blackout. Privatization efforts? Slower than a sloth on vacation. What lesson does this story teach us then? Economic problems in Puerto Rico are as genuine as radio reggaeton. The island will be mired in a plot line that is more soap opera than success story until it finds its footing and resolves its problems. Number 3, West Virginia. West Virginia is next, and it has a lot of problems. One of the most significant issues is the opioid addiction, which costs West Virginia's economy almost $99 billion a year. Payments for criminal justice, addiction treatment, healthcare, and lost productivity from overdose deaths and other substance-related problems are all covered by the funds. These issues are made worse by the state's high unemployment rate. With the highest rates of heart disease and obesity in the nation, West Virginia also has some of the worst health statistics. Many locals do not have access to essential medical care, which raises mortality rates and degrades general health. Natural catastrophes are a serious additional problem. Due to its climate and mountainous terrain, West Virginia is prone to flooding. Between 2010 and 2021, the state had over 1,600 floods that resulted in significant damage and fatalities. Regretfully, the state's infrastructure is unable to withstand flooding this severe and frequent, which causes ongoing issues. Not much has changed with the recent legal amendments. Additional health and economic issues could result from loosened vaccination laws and changes to jobless benefits. West Virginia finds itself in a difficult situation as a result of state lawmakers' struggles to develop effective measures to address these concerns. Last but not least, West Virginia's already troubled healthcare system is further burdened by the state's largest number of lengthy COVID cases nationwide. Many locals struggle with chronic health issues, which makes it difficult for them to work and lead stable lifestyles. Number 4, Louisiana. Hurricanes and other extreme weather phenomena are very likely to hit Louisiana. These storms are becoming more common and powerful due to climate change. Hurricane Ida, for instance, highlighted the region's vulnerability in recent years by causing substantial damage. Hurricanes are a constant hazard that can have both short-term and long-term effects on buildings and infrastructure. One of the most polluted locations in the country is Cancer Alley, an 85-mile stretch along the Mississippi River. Residents of this highly industrialized area are exposed to hazardous chemicals from petrochemical facilities, which raises the risk of cancer and other serious health problems. Preterm birth rates and low birth weight are also increased by this pollution. There is a serious homeowners insurance situation in Louisiana. Insurance rates have skyrocketed as a result of numerous insurance companies leaving the state or declaring bankruptcy following several deadly hurricanes. Louisiana's average homeowners insurance premium is much higher than the national average, which puts a heavy financial burden on many households. Many homeowners are now dependent on the state's insurer of last resort, which is expensive and frequently insufficient, as a result of the limited effectiveness of attempts to draw in new insurers by loosening rules. There is inequitable distribution of the economic gains from Louisiana's industrial operations. The industrial operations that pose a health risk to many economically poor communities, especially those in Cancer Alley, do not benefit from them. Social inequality is made worse by this circumstance, which also makes communities less resilient to disasters. Furthermore, the state's capacity to deliver essential medical treatment in times of crisis is hampered by the negative health effects of pollution and a deficient healthcare infrastructure. Residents in polluted areas face chronic health issues, complicating their resilience and recovery during environmental disasters. Communities in the most affected areas, such as Cancer Alley, are often low-income and predominantly composed of people of color. These communities have less access to resources and political influence, making it harder for them to advocate for and implement changes to improve their living conditions and resilience against future crises. Number 5, Alaska. Alaska's hardy inhabitants, many of whom are hunters and gatherers, embrace a pioneer mentality, utilizing nature's resources rather than relying on external deliveries. However, despite their independence, Alaska faces vulnerabilities. Heavy reliance on outside sources for fuel, food, and manufactured goods persists. Farming struggles due to the harsh climate and short growing season, hindering self-sufficiency. While urban riots are unlikely, Alaska could suffer significantly in a crisis, particularly if food and gasoline supplies dwindle. Mismanagement plagues the Alaska Permanent Fund, undermining public trust and risking economic stability. Climate change has devastated the crab fishery, causing approximately $300 million in losses and casting doubt on the future of Alaska's fisheries. A severe housing shortage further strains the state, making housing unaffordable for many and impacting essential worker retention. Efforts like Housing Alaskans aim to address this crisis, but solutions remain elusive. Number 6, Mississippi. In Mississippi, where almost 1 in 5 individuals live in poverty, financial problems have always existed. This indicates that a lot of families struggle to pay for necessities. People find it difficult to obtain decent work, and make a livelihood in the state because it frequently scores poorly in terms of income levels and job availability. With the greatest infant mortality rate in the nation, more kids die here before they turn 1 year old than any place else in the US, and an extremely vulnerable healthcare system, Mississippi has it all. Many moms suffer from severe health issues, and many rural hospitals may soon collapse, depriving residents of the attention they require. Furthermore, a large number of Mississippians were left without health insurance when the state decided not to expand Medicaid. Many Mississippians lead difficult lives, and young people find it difficult to prosper, since they have little access to quality healthcare and education. Substance misuse and mental health disorders are among the serious public health problems that result from this. Hurricanes and floods are among the natural calamities that could affect Mississippi. Homes and communities can be destroyed by these occurrences, and the state already faces financial difficulties and inadequate infrastructure, making recovery from such tragedies difficult. To wrap up, we discussed the key issues facing Illinois, California, New York, Michigan, Louisiana, and Oregon. It's important to stay aware of these challenges as they can significantly impact the residents of these states. Stay informed and stay safe. Don't forget to subscribe for more thought-provoking content and let us know in the comments which state you think is most at risk of collapse. Your insight is valuable to us.